Well, good morning everyone. This morning we were cutting a sample and you can see where I cut yesterday and it was definitely not working. So I scooted over, did that this morning, got a little sample. We're gonna see what the moisture is.
And once you get enough in there, that little light turns to green.
What light?
The bottom circle, bottom right circle.
There it goes.
And just push that, push the green button.
$12.05.
You're pretty good.
Good.
Let's say 12, 13, what's it say?
12,
12.7 on it? Oh yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
Anything under 14.
Oh, really?
My combine was reading 13.2 was my last, read right there. But my average is 12.6. And I tested 12.7. I don't know. I'm not going to touch it. We're going to cut some more and see if we need to play with that. But we're kind of jumping right into this video. This morning was nothing too crazy. We just came out here and I blowed my combine off since we were doing corn yesterday. And I don't want all the soybean chaff because, it's flammable and stuff like that. I don't want, the corn husk and all of that, just adding to the fire. So we blew that off and got that all cleaned. And we serviced everything and, well, that's about it. So nothing too exciting. Now I just got to go get Dibs after he's done pooping in the farmer's yard. Isn't that just nice? Dibs, come on. Look at that happy dog. What are you doing? Are you ready? Are you ready to load up? He's such a crazy dog. I left milk in my fridge from yesterday. The fridge turns off, by the way, at night.
Go ahead, Hayden, so I can get this set. Not blocking traffic.
So under the canopy of the soybeans, it's still pretty green yet, but the moisture is kind of jumping all over the place. I think it has to be under 14, which right here it's above 14. I don't know if my moisture sampler is right though. I did a little bit of a correction on it, but I feel like it hasn't moved any. So I still think I'm about half a point high. But this is actually the drier variety. I'm pretty sure that one over there, I don't know if y'all can see that variety change from here to here. That stuff over there is pretty green. So if this is borderline, I'm kind of afraid of what that moisture is gonna be. We also picked up our gauge wheels this morning, although I have my header rolled back quite a bit because I kept on pushing mud and stuff like that. So I have the header rolled back enough that it's still kind of touching the ground. It's not really doing anything other than just rolling for fun.
We aren't dumping onto trucks. I'm having to dump into this little buggy, and the buggy is being augered into the bins. So that's kind of what the truck drivers are doing. They're running the tractor with the auger. I'm going to try and get some video footage of that, but we'll see. I'm going 2.3 miles an hour. That's a lot different than corn. I would say it is a little dusty. The wind's kind of blowing up their butt in this direction.
That's wet. Who loves cutting soybeans in the mud? Not me. I don't like cutting it whenever it's dry. If y'all remember from a couple of videos ago, this is all the drowned out soybeans that we're cutting right now. They're making anywhere from 1 to about 10 bushel an acre, but the farmer said he wants us to just clean it up as best as possible, and what we can get, we get. If we don't, we don't. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. We're kind of skipping around, trying to stay out of the mud and not cut up ruts. Yeah, it's pretty muddy. It rained, I think, like 2 inches almost, like a couple days ago. Plus, it's also a low spot in the field, so that's exactly why they're drowned out in the first place. We're trying to clean up all this. You can see that mud was splashing up on my draper belt once upon a time. Now it's cutting around the lagoon over there. So, yeah, I'm having a good time. I'll tell you what, drowned out soybeans are some dusty rascals as well. They're making 4.4 bushel. Oh yeah, this is amazing. You know, it's actually kind of nice. You can actually get up and cut them. I think for a little bit I was driving 5 miles an hour. We're not going to be able to get all of it because you can look down the rows and see water standing. So I think we're just about wrapped up here, and we should be heading to the next field pretty soon. Well, for lunch today, we got a couple of frozen burritos with some shredded cheese on it. And then we also invested in some Hot Logics. I've always heard about Hot Logics, but I just have never gotten online and ordered one. But we went ahead and got a couple of them. Look at that. Now, it's not your 5-star gourmet meal, but this is better than a ham sandwich. Put it in the Hot Logic for like a couple of hours. It plugs in with a cigarette lighter in the combine. You just leave it in there for a little bit and boom, you got lunch. So that's what I'm having today. Also, you gotta top it off with Valentina. Yep, that's a butt burner for sure. Well, we finished up that field pretty quick. It was only 70 acres. But we're gonna pull the headers off, and we have quite a long ways to move to the next field. But it is the last field of soybeans. And if we don't get any more work in south central Nebraska, it'll be the last field of soybeans for the entire year. Well, we're off to the next one with the sun right in my eyeballs. It's a great day. It's a great evening, actually. I love technology until it doesn't work. Track spacing, 38.5. Working width, 30. And won't let me change it. We have unplugged and plugged that in down there like 500 times. It still is just 30 feet. I don't know. So then you go over here to your header settings. Your header's set on 38.5. Why is there 3 separate different things that dictates the width of the header? John Deere, please tell me why. This width should be your physical width, should it not? 38.5. So why is my physical width different than my working width, different from my track spacing width? Like, oh my gosh, let me pick one number and that's just what it is. Why is it so complicated? You see, the number one thing to do in a stressful situation is to not panic or overreact. Unless it's John Deere software problems. Then you have an excuse to do whatever. Good old John Deere restart. Let's see if that fixed it. Oh. Why? It's ridiculous that I have to kill the combine and restart it for something to work. It's ridiculous. I guess I'll go cut some beans. Although, look at the beans. Are you kidding me right now? If I plug my feed accelerator or anything, y'all are coming to dig that out. Well, the lights have turned on for the night, and we are staying alive at about 2.5. It's kind of one of those nights. The stems are just so green. I don't think that it shows up on camera as much as it does like in person, but the moisture is still like 10%. So I don't know.
So you really did not have to get out and get dusted. I would have done it after I got done unloading. I just didn't know if you could see them from the tractor or not.
No, I didn't realize how dusted out. I was gonna get until I was already there. Damage was already done, so. My body, my allergies already do not like soybeans. I mean, it's already making my like throat raspy and everything. And I just got out to check Tatum's sections while he dumped on me. And I got dusted all the way out. I mean, I don't want to get dusted out.
Cody just stepped away from the radio.
I just plugged my feet accelerator.
I guess if you had two people, you could shove up on the handle and see if it would go.
So sometimes in this scenario, you can undo tension on your feet accelerator and then kick the separator on and then like pop it into tension, and sometimes it'll go. So what happened is I plugged my feeder house. I reversed it and there was a big old wad, and that wad went back through there, finally went through the feeder house, and then plugged the feet accelerator. Yeah, there it went. Alrighty. Well, that's good news that it went. I am ready to go home though, not gonna lie.
so I have this light on my spout that you can see right there. I guess as I bump through the field, it slowly turns and faces my spout. So it's really hard for me to see when I dump on the truck. So right now they're tightening it up, and hopefully that'll fix it, because you usually got to get them to climb up there like that and get them to rotate it. It's happened this is probably the 4th time. So hopefully this fixes it. Hayden's not having the best time. He is creeping right now, and he just keeps plugging that sickle. At least I think that's what's happening. It's hard to tell from behind. But it's funny. I know he's getting mad in there.
We're finally done. It is 9:30. Bro, I am such a weenie, man. It's 9:30, but it feels about like 2:30 a.m. that is. But the reason why we're quitting is we already filled up everything. We filled up all the trucks, all the green carts. Yeah, that's been it. But we have nothing else to dump on, and I think they're calling for rain maybe like tomorrow or something like that. So we're not gonna put grain on the combines. And I guess we're gonna try to see if we can finish up soybeans tomorrow, because we are on the last field of soybeans. But yeah, all I know is I'm starving and I'm ready to go back to the camper, and that's exactly what I'm gonna go do. But that being said, I do think that's gonna be it for today's video. I wanna thank every single person that watched all the way through to the end. But anyways, guys, I do think that's gonna be it for today's video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one.